This is Oklahoma's own News 9.
It's been a busy week with winter weather, and now we're bracing for round 3, but maybe not so bad this time.
Yeah, some of the latest data coming in is looking drier and drier.
That's good news.
I think it's wonderful news. It's certainly great. I can't wait to get out of winter. It's definitely been a little bit of a headache, and just kind of looking at what we can expect over the next month or so. Today is February 1st, and temperatures, they're going to start to go up. In fact, by the middle of the month, the average highs in the low to mid 50s. By the end of the month, the average highs in the upper 50s. Those overnight lows start to warm up as well. Of course, today kind of stuck in the 20s for now, but I do expect us to at least get into the 30s later on. As far as rainfall is concerned, we typically see a little under 1.5 inches, and as far as snow, a little more than 1.5 inches. Tornadoes, it's not a big severe weather season or month for us, but it certainly can happen. And just kind of looking at what we're expecting over the next several days. Now, the next couple of days, temperatures are going to stay just below what we typically should be seeing this time of year. The average high is about 51, not going to get anywhere close to that today. And over the next couple of days, temperatures start to go up a little bit more, but by the time we get into this weekend, we're talking 5 to a little over 10 degrees above normal. By Monday, close to about 15 degrees above normal. So the trend, it's getting a lot better. But today, we still have that traveler's advisory for the metro and southwest Oklahoma, but the southeast, that is where we have the highest chance of seeing some additional ice later this evening, overnight, and into tomorrow morning. So where you're seeing the purple, that is where we've been upgraded to an ice storm warning. This is very deceiving. This is our national composite. So what we're seeing is some moisture out there for sure. We have some moisture in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but the ground at the surface, we're really dry. So not all of that is actually hitting the ground. So what we are seeing in parts of southern, southeast Oklahoma is maybe a little bit of light precipitation in the form of maybe some very light sleet or light freezing drizzle. But again, whatever we are getting, at least for now, it's pretty light. So as far as roads are concerned, yes, we still have some spots in the metro where you're going to still see those snow ice covered roads, especially in the neighborhoods. But the farther south and east you go, that's where we've had the biggest problem. And that is where we're currently seeing at least maybe some light precipitation. So we're going to see more of those snow and ice covered roads, even on some of the main roads. But this is our Integris camera, part of our Lucky Star Skycam network. We're up to 28 degrees, a light and variable wind, the wind chill at 22 degrees. Temperatures in the upper 20s to around 30 across the north, kind of the same thing really across the entire state. And the wind is light and variable. Right now, it's more out of the north between about 5 to 10 in parts of southern Oklahoma, but in the north and west, it's out of the south between about 5 to almost 15. So not everyone's seeing a wind chill, but temperatures are not really too far from the actual air temperature itself. So this main wave coming in out late this evening and overnight tonight, it's still going to send us some precipitation, really in the form of some light rain and light freezing rain. And some of the data is keeping us drier and drier. So for this afternoon, the chance is going to stay in southern Oklahoma, but later this evening, it's slowly going to start to creep up to the north. So for Oklahoma City, it's probably going to be after 9-10 o'clock when we do have a chance. I'm seeing some light freezing rain or freezing drizzle, but it's going to be very patchy and it's not going to last very long. By tomorrow morning, it's still going to be very patchy. A lot of it's going to fall apart and eventually move off to the south and east. In fact, McCurtain County, it could stay warm enough that a lot of what we're going to see is just plain rain. And then during the day tomorrow, we should work in a little bit of sun with temperatures climbing to a little bit closer to normal. Today, we're going to struggle to get there, but we certainly have a chance of making it to about 35 degrees in Oklahoma City, low to mid 30s across the south, mid and upper 30s across the north. For this afternoon, we're generally going to keep that chance of very light ice across the south and southwest, and then later this evening, all across southern Oklahoma, that chance will go up a little bit more. Again, for Oklahoma City, keeping it at about 20% for patchy ice late this evening. Overnight tonight, I think that chance is still going to linger, but the higher chance is going to stay well to the south tomorrow morning. Kind of the same thing across southern Oklahoma and the far southeast, more so in the form of just light rain. Tomorrow afternoon, kind of the same thing, light rain in the far southeast. So whatever we do get, again, it's going to be very light. It's going to be very patchy, especially for most of our viewing area. Tonight, dropping down into the upper 20s. Tomorrow afternoon, working in some sun later in the day. High of about 44 degrees in Oklahoma City and 50 across the north. By Friday, mid-40s, kind of mid-40s really across central and eastern Oklahoma, but low 50s then across the west. So how much ice are we looking at? Again, it's going to be very minimal. We're talking about maybe a glaze, and it's going to be very patchy in the metro. The farther south and east you go, that's where we could see maybe up to around 1/4 inch of ice, but that is going to be very patchy. We are going to see a lot of improvement as we get into this weekend with highs in the 50s and 60s. Lisa, back to you.
Cassie, thank